If you were a Latino artist here in San Antonio, you were either playing metal music or you were playing rock and roll music in a garage band. At least that's how it was whenever I was growing up. There are obviously famous country musicians and everything like that have been in, the top 40s and everything like that. Freddie Fender being a big inspiration of mine, especially because it was one of my granddad's favorite artists. Um, so it's definitely getting a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but the opportunities are presenting themselves a little bit more for Hispanic and Latino uh, artists out here in country music.
My name is Richie Bustillo. I'm from the south side of San Antonio, and I've been a musician, gosh, I think now going on 15 years. I was about 14, 15 years old when I started playing music in my little punk rock band. I started when I was in middle school. If it wasn't for the band Midland, I wouldn't be listening to modern country because they had that classic feel that I really, really do love. And they were the whole reason why I give them all the credit that I started playing country music. So that was about 6 years ago now. And once I started jumping back into it, listening to Texas country, modern stuff, I decided, yeah, I don't see why not. I can try to do it. And I've been trying my best doing what I do now. For the last 3 years professionally, it's been
About 14 playing Latin bars all around San Antonio, Dallas area, and everything like that. With a rock and roll band that a buddy of mine from high school and I had brought together. And pretty much a little bit after we got out of high school into college, that's whenever I started getting into the country music scene. And that was pretty much where I was like, okay, this is home. This is where I want to be. Because I'd always grown up on like Merle Haggard, George Strait, George Jones, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, all them. So I really resonated a lot with a lot of country music. So that's why I pretty much decided to get into the country music scene here in San Antonio.
From a music standpoint, it just depends because the genre is what the genre is, right? Like if we think about South Texas, the Hondo Tex-Mex or Norteño or stuff like that, there's a certain instrumentation, right? And the accordion's a big piece of that, right? Accordion, bajo sexto. In country, it's like the acoustic guitar and fiddle or the pedal steel, right? So that foundation still has to be there, right? That whatever is core to the genre has to stay there. That's just the roots of it. But incorporating that other piece of the pie, and I always feel it's from a very personable standpoint. If it's you grew up with bean and cheese tacos, well, talk about tacos. I mean, I like to always say that we're not reinventing the wheel per se, because I mean, many years ago, even George Strait sang a song that said "Vaya con Dios." You know what I mean? Like that's number one, right? So that idea of inviting the culture and even somewhat the language, was even done by one of the biggest artists in country music, and he's a white guy. Very simple as that. But he grew up in the region, so he gets it, like he understands it.
Este amor apasionado anda todo alborotado por volver. Voy camino a la locura y aunque todo me tortura, sé querer. Nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero me llegó el momento de perder. Tú tenías mucha razón y hago caso al corazón y me muero por volver y volver, otra vez. Llegar y hasta donde estés yo sé perder, quiero volver, volver, volver.
San Antonio being the Tejano capital, it was important to me to highlight those who were inspired by either Tejano artists that were family or just, you know, the genre itself, because that's how we grew up here in San Antonio. But they play or they perform country music. So that was very important for me, especially with everything that I've done in my own career, being the first Latino-owned, woman-owned publication in South San Antonio. So for me, I felt like I could utilize that to kind of open up a pathway for the Latino artists.
Being a mariachi player and being a mariachi singer was pretty awesome, you know, because it got me to where I am today. If I didn't have that, you know, building block, if I didn't have, you know, the guys like Johnny Rodriguez or Freddie Bender to pave the way for kids like me, you know, to sing country music, then where the hell would I be?
I started off in mariachi all throughout middle school. So I started in 6th grade, and if y'all are familiar with one Tejano singer, Esmeralda Jaime, she was my mariachi instructor, and she actually taught me how to play guitar, vihuela, guitarra, and the violin as well. And she kind of, you know, took me under her wing. I think she could tell that I had that desire to want to learn, so I give her all the props in the world for teaching me. My real name is actually Tristan Frederick Fuentes, so my last name is Fuentes. But whenever I was starting out, I was like, man, I don't think I could use my last name. I don't think people are going to take me serious. I don't think they're going to believe that I play country music. They're going to think I'm a Tejano artist. So I kind of dropped my last name and kept my middle name, and that's my stage name, is Tristan Frederick.
I have noticed a lot of times just having a Latino last name, people will automatically assume that I play Tejano. And you know, I do know a couple of Tejano songs that I'll play if they're requested, but I really don't speak Spanish. I never learned Spanish. I understand it, but even that's the side of the fact. It is kind of hard being in this industry because a lot of people assume that I just don't do country music, and I'm sure a lot of other Latino artists feel the same way, that they kind of just get pushed on the side and already just assume that it's just that. But man, we do what we do, and we have a lot of influences, and that's what makes all of our country music super diverse and unique to each other.
Whenever they perform anywhere, especially North Texas or the hill country towns, and their last names are very Mexican. Some of them, I think, because of these challenges, they kind of chopped up their name or made it, you know, more in an English version, right? But the biggest challenge that I heard from each and every Latino country artist I interviewed was when they get on that stage, people start requesting mariachi music, polkas, cumbias, conjuntos, all of the things. And they're like, I don't even speak Spanish. And so it was that. And the other challenge was, I think, non-Hispanic audiences were like, who's this guy? Like, kind of not sure how to, I guess, take in the stage presence. It wasn't until they started performing, because let's be real, we have a lot of very talented Latino country artists. It wasn't until they started performing that people were like, okay, I got you.
I said this the other day to an artist in this genre, in this world, this Hispanic country world, because they have been kind of resistant in the sense of like, hey man, throw some Spanglish in there. Hey, in your live set, if you're playing around here, throw cumbia into your set. It's gonna work. Trust me. Oh man, I don't want to be that. You know, I want to be known as a country singer. I said, look, and I was a little bit of an asshole, and I said, look, man, you're a good singer, and you perform country music very well. There's another 30 white guys just as good or better than you. And the genre is just going to pick them first because of what it is, unfortunately. So it's like take advantage of what's there for you and what audience you can build, right? Going back to the numbers kind of thing, build your audience, your fan base, and run with it. Put that fusion in there, whatever it is. Again, I'm not asking you to be the next Frontera or whatever. No, find your unique way.
I was out in Rockport, Texas, right before a show. There's like, it's a little town, so there's a lot of different little shops there. Walked in and started talking to the owner, and she's like, "Oh, what brings you into town?" "Oh, I'm actually playing next door." And she goes, "Oh, okay, what are you playing, Tejano?" I was like, "Oh, no, I'm actually a country artist." She was like, "Really? You sing country?" And yeah, that was kind of a surreal moment for me. And I was like, yeah, I still bought something from her shop. I didn't want to be that guy and just get up and leave. But and then another time we're in Coleman, Texas, a little bit kind of by Dallas, and walked in with my guitar, and a real drunk guy is like, "Oh, look, there's a Tejano band playing tonight." And I was like, "No, man, I'm playing country." And he goes, "Aren't you a little too brown to play country?" And I was like, "No, I'm playing country tonight." And he goes, "Okay."
I have to do 150% in a way. I gotta try my best, make sure we sound good, make sure that my bandmates are tight, ready to go. I have to focus on writing good material, stuff that's upbeat and people are gonna like to dance to and have fun, and stuff that relates to people. So it's definitely having to not just throw out whatever I can do and whatever I can write, but write stuff that's relatable to everybody. And I think that's the kind of part of the challenge.
I am a proud, Latino. It is part of me. It is my heritage. And, growing up with the family that I had, it's a typical big, Hispanic family and everything like that. So we were always around each other. We always had that camaraderie. So I want to respectfully pay respect to that aspect of my culture, and also, pay respect to the country music culture as well. Because if I'm not authentic to myself and who I am, then there's no point in singing country music, because country music is about authenticity. It is about being yourself. It is about telling your story.
Like I said before, kind of had to change my name a little bit to Tristan Frederick instead of Tristan Fuentes. And that kind of helped me feel like I kind of belong in this genre. But the older I get and the longer that I play country music, I'm starting to see that you don't have to change yourself for people to like you. I think no matter what, if your music speaks for itself, and if you write the songs that people want to listen to, then I think that you won't be cut down, no matter the color of your skin or anything like that. And I think if we can all gather behind that and just listen to the music for what it is, and especially listen to country music for what it is, and I think that's a great thing.